Oh, woohoo! Hello, bright and shiny beacons of light. I'm Michael Sandler, your host on Inspire Nation, and I am setting up things here. We've got to have Rue ready there. Wow, what an exciting time. So, this is my first time setting up to be live on YouTube and Instagram at the same time. Baby Hannah has just popped her second tooth through today. Woohoo! How does it get any better than this? And this evening, drank and drank and drank, I think because she's feeling so much better, and then threw up everywhere with her biggest regurg event, period. And so I was doing some very serious mondo, I should be recording here. I was doing some very serious mondo cleanup work on Baby Hannah regurg before we started here tonight. So thank you for your patience. Whew. So woohoo and a woohoo. And actually, it must be said, because Jessica is still upstairs working with Baby Hannah. She is my hero. She is my hero. She is my hero. With that said, she challenged me to be on Instagram tonight. The two cameras are at slightly different angles, so forgive me as I'm kind of looking down, then looking up. We will get this figured out. For those of you on YouTube world, if you do want to follow us on Instagram, it's Instagram Live. No, it's Inspire Nation Live, or at Inspire Nation Live, LIVE, all one word, Inspire Nation Live on Instagram. All right, where's Rue? Asked Veronica. Rue is, well, I guess he's actually eating right now. He is, and we're going to dive into all things sensitivity, and he is an empath. And so he's always watching out for Baby Hannah. If Baby Hannah so much as makes a peep that sounds like there could be trouble, he is all over it. So when Baby Hannah had her regurg event, he went nuts. and he's just starting to chill now. And that's a super skill, because being energetically sensitive as a rooster is. Why? Because a rooster's job is to protect the flock. Being extra energetically sensitive helps him to do his job. And I'm going to share with you tonight how your sensitivity, not necessarily Rue sensitivity, how your sensitivity as well helps you so much in life. With that said, Rue has just come by my side. Rue, do you want to say hi before we put you up on your perch? Hey, everybody. And this is, I think, his first time live on Instagram. So he's been live on YouTube before. He's never been live on Instagram. Yeah, Emer, he is. So we think of kitties as energetically sensitive. However, roosters make kitties look like a rock when it comes to sensitivity. All right, let's get you putting. Sit down. You want to show everybody your wings tonight? We've been practicing your flying. Woo! There we go. There we go. Good boy. That was showing your wings. So, roosters are so energetically sensitive that if I was to make a gasp on, actually, I don't even have to make a gasp. If I was, let's see if we can get that set better for Rue. If I was to make a errant thought of concern, sorry, everybody on Instagram, you're not able to see Rue here. If I was to make a thought or a concern in my head on the other side of the house, Rue would start cock-a-doodle-doing to make sure I am safe. That's how energetically sensitive he is. Kitties not that sensitive, although the kitties would say they're much smarter than Rue, but we won't go there, but not nearly as energetically sensitive. All right, let's dive into things. First off, Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? This is going to be a much better year for you. It's going to be a better year for us. We've got Baby Hannah. I'm feeling really good about this year. For our School of Mystics, I'll tell you just a little bit about it later, but we have yearly themes, and this year is your year of elevation, or your year to elevate, to bring everything up, to live in the higher room, to live at a higher plane, to escape the matrix, this low-level fear-based energy down here, and bring you up to a higher level. How does it get any better than this? That's what we're going to be talking about or teaching in the School of Mystics this year. In the first month is infinite possibilities, because if we can free you from the heavy energy, and really an empath is a mystic in training, and we'll talk more about that. If I can help free you from the heavy energy down below, then you are open to infinite possibilities. You are available to so much more. With that said, I can't resist. I'm a yellow glasses guy. And when I got hit by the car last year and I got some minor scarring here, I went with a beard. When I went with the beard, the narrow yellow glasses that I wear no longer seemed to work for me. So I couldn't find any other glasses. So I went with these temporarily. I finally found yellow glasses about a month ago, got them ordered, and they came in not nearly the color that I thought they were going to be. So I've got a distance pair and a close pair. This is the distance pair. The close pair hasn't come in yet, so I can't wear these. But I am interested in your honest opinion of what you think. They're not as yellow as I would like. Jessica's even thinking we can get some model paint or spray paint and turn them more yellow. But I would love to get your opinion on it. What are your thoughts as we go back to my old glasses? And my old glasses died this week, and to my new glasses. So definitely, so some people are saying like it, and I want your honest opinion. This is not where you just have to say, I like them, like them, like them. Need more yellow. Those are too clear. I agree with Georgia, but they will do. Okay, I like that. All right, so thank you. I really value your opinion. Let's talk about things. Where do I want to start tonight? Where do I want to start? I want to start with, oh my God, I am very energetically sensitive. Jessica makes me look like a rock with her level of energetic sensitivity. It is so much greater than mine. Although I would certainly be considered an empath. I feel like maybe the place to start is, and thank you, Amanda, for your kind donation. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Lots of love and light, lots of love and light. I feel like starting it by saying, as a kid, I was locked in a locker. As a kid, I was bullied and beaten up and bullied and beaten up and bullied and beaten up and bullied and beaten up. The good news is it helped get me in shape, not for fighting, with whatever past life experiences or whatever my mission is. Fortunately or unfortunately, I have barely had any success in that arena. Thankfully, I'm a lover, not a fighter. Except when I was mugged in Morocco and started dragging the mugger to the police station. A story for another day. When I was growing up, this is a long time ago when we all went barefoot and, through feet of snow to school. The movie Caddyshack had just came out. And I ended up with the nickname. I was in Massachusetts, so they don't say gopher there. They say Gofa. And I ended up with the nickname Gofa. And I can remember being the last time I ever took a school bus. I think kids pummeled me on the bus as the whole bus was cheering Gofa, 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 which was incredibly cruel. But here's the thing. Bullies go after people when they can get a rise out of them. If you're energetically sensitive, you're more likely to be bullied because it's easier. It is easier to get a rise out of you. So in my early years, I was very sensitive, but I didn't know how to control it. So I became an easy target for bullies, an easy target that someone could take their frustrations out on. And it seemed like I was in fights on a daily basis, or more like I was a punching bag because I was too sensitive. So I feel like sharing one more story with you, and then we're going to talk about how we can turn that sensitivity into a gift. Here's something you never want to do. I had all these bullies wanted to beat up on me. And I remember one day I made the terrible, terrible mistake of Massachusetts in the 80s of showing up to school in a pink Izod. I thought it was a polo, pink Izod. because I liked fashion. In fact, I worked in the fashion industry for a little while, long time ago. And all these bullies wanted to beat me up for wearing pink. And I had this brilliant idea. I based it on things I'd seen on the movie. I thought these bullies are really dumb. Oh, so sorry. And I thought, if you tell all the bullies to meet you out front at 3 o'clock and you're not there, they'll beat each other up. Brilliant idea, huh? Get all the bullies together at the same time and they'll beat each other up. Can anyone guess where this is going? I was blocked. I wasn't able to get out early. And all of the bullies found me. Fortunately, I didn't get any broken bones out of it. I can remember trying to get into the car that was carpooling me out of there and just getting pummeled, whereupon I learned, let's not do that again. All right. Let's talk about why your sensitivity is a gift. And did I grow from it? Yeah, I did grow in it, and hopefully not too much in scar tissue, but I did grow from the experience. The truth is, though, and if you are still being bullied, we're going to actually talk about that a little bit later. The truth is, there's no such thing as being too sensitive. The only two that you have as an empath, as somebody who's energetically sensitive, is that you are too tuned in. Too sensitive actually means that you hear things better. You feel things better. In fact, you feel things more. As an empath, as somebody who's energetically sensitive, you feel things more. And that's a great thing. And that's needed more now than ever. Let me explain. Have you noticed what's on the movies recently? Have you noticed what's on TV? Have you noticed what's in popular culture and the media today? It is mind-numbing, usually graphic, violent, but mind-numbing noise that makes it harder and harder to discern anything, harder and harder to think for yourself, harder and harder to actually just be in your body. And for an empath or somebody who's energetically sensitive, it can be incredibly overwhelming, so totally overwhelming. However, and this numbing, this desensitization, this ability to not hear or think or feel, that's what I call the matrix. It's a dumbing down of society to keep you at a level of control, but it ain't real and it ain't bad because we can actually rise above it. It's actually part of the design to help wake you up. All right. With that said, if it's a big if, but we can do it. And that's why I've got the School of Mystics. The School of Mystics is designed to help take your empathic sensitive skills and help you learn how to play with energy. If I can get you playing with energy, if I can get you in tune with your energy, then you become someone that can actually help hear yourself, hear others, hear above the matrix, and help raise everybody up. You're no longer stuck in the matrix because of your energetic sensitivity. When you can feel energies deeply, you can learn discernment and how to rise above them. Why do I have my School of Mystics? One reason and one reason only. It's my whole mission. Raise people's vibration, elevate consciousness, shift humanity. Shifting humanity begins with you. Not meaning you have to go out and do a bunch of work. Not meaning you have to go out and get a a sign and start protesting. In fact, I'm a big supporter, like Mother Teresa, of standing for things rather than against things because of the energy. Remember, as an empath, you're energetically sensitive. This is kind of a diversion, but not. Be really, really super, super, super careful about being against anything. It will twist in your gut and can literally tear you apart, because as an empath, you're so energetically sensitive, and negative energies, I know there's no such thing as good and bad, but the lower vibration energies will give you a case of energetic indigestion that you want nothing to deal with or to do with. So always play at a higher plane. With that said, if I can help raise your vibration, now you're an empath, you're energetically sensitive. What does that mean? It means you're a wayfarer. You're somebody who carries the light. You're somebody at the front of the line when it comes to playing with energy. And if I can get you noticing energy, feeling energy, playing with energy. Jessica has appeared and said, mi amigo, we have forgotten the lights. If I can get you playing with energy, your vibration starts to go up, 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 way up. And you start to bring the whole world with you, out of the matrix, up above the matrix. You are no longer stuck in the matrix, and you help bring other people up just by being you. In other words, as the world appears to grow darker, and it's just an appearance, it's not real. As it appears to grow darker, it is your sensitivity and your light that helps bring other people up. It is your sensitivity, your light, and your insatiable desire. Here's the thing about an empath or someone who's sensitive. And I know this gets you into trouble. It gets me into trouble too, until you learn how to work with it. We're so energetically sensitive that we want to save the world. We want to help everybody. And if somebody is disappointed, sad, or upset in front of us, and heaven forbid we think it is our fault, we want to do everything in our power to help them, even to the point of slaying ourselves or exhausting ourselves. And remember, exhausting yourself never helps anyone. Since you're so sensitive, it means that you feel everything and everyone around you. That alone is incredibly exhausting. And it means you feel everyone around you. That's even more exhausting. And so if there's someone in need or someone hurt, or you feel you've hurt somebody, which is even worse, you will take every bit of your last energy out of your bank to bring them back up. You'll take all the energy out of your bank to bring them back up. So this is a double-edged sword. It's something we'll be working on in the School of Mystics this month. But I want to address this with you right here and right now. And Heen, thank you for your kind donation. Happy New Year, Heen, to you as well. How does it get any better than this? And for those in the Instagram world, there's a button in YouTube where people can make donations. And I love thanking them for the donation. Any donation. It's just love. So if you hear me randomly belting out somebody's name, that's what's going on. As somebody energetically sensitive, if someone is in need, if someone is hurt, if someone is feeling sick, we will take every bit of our energy to bring them back. Now, your sensitivity is your super skill. But here's the deal. It is sacred, and it didn't come from you. It is not to be given away. It is not about martyring yourself, and it is not about being hoovered. I hoovered Jessica in my early years, and I'm still working to help put the energy back in the bank with her. What's it mean to be hoovered? It means that your energy can easily be sucked away by others until you know how to use it. Your energy as an empath, as somebody energetically sensitive, we don't have to call you an empath, is somebody who's sensitive. Your energy is so sweet. It's like honey. It is so enticing to those who have no limits, who have no boundaries, who have no scruple, or don't know how to control, work with, or generate energy on their own. Your energy, your nectar, becomes so incredibly enticing to them. And I feel like I need to move over to the side. Jessica's playing with the camera, and I'm starting to go slightly off the screen on Instagram here, but maybe that's how she wants it. She's playing behind the scenes. I know, but because of the regurg event, there, now I'm centered. I did the camera this way. How about in the mirror? Can you see in the mirror? Or no, because then you would be appearing in the mirror as well. So she's doing an amazing job of having one phone in one hand and watching my phone with the other. I was setting it up so that she could see from behind the camera, but with the big regurg event, I didn't know if she would get down here in time. In other words, going back to the sweet nectar that people are sucking away from you, or could be sucking away from you. For the narcissist, or what Dr. Christian Northrup calls energy vampires, for the energy vampires of the world, when you're energetically sensitive, they would be all too happy to take your energy, leaving you bereft and leaving you entirely empty. After, of course, which the narcissist, a true narcissist, will tell you it's your fault, and then exit stage right to go off of somebody else. So what do? First, we make a conscious effort each day to watch out for vampires. Learn how to spot them and to set strong boundaries. So incredibly important. Look for where relationships are out of balance. Look for where you're in a conversation and they do all the talking and they talk right over you or right at you. Look for what appears to be a friendship but is really one-sided. Or look for relationships where you're constantly having to save the other person. Now, I'm the first to admit, I had PTSD coming into my relationship with Jessica, and I took a lot of her energy, and I'm still having to pay it back in the bank because she was so exhausted. And I am so sorry, Pookie. I wasn't a true narcissist, not even close. I was misguided and wounded. I learned. When you're dealing with a true narcissist, get the hell out of there. I have no other way to put it. If you feel you need to save somebody, who you need to save first is yourself. So incredibly important. First thing we need to do is become aware. Who's taking my energy? Who has the swizzle straw? And then set boundaries. And boundaries is the hardest thing in the world for a sensitive person to do. But let me tell you why you need to send them or set them. Because as an energetically sensitive person, you are here for a sacred, special mission. Someone who's really sensitive, and that's you. And the reason that I'm inviting you to our School of Mystics is because you are really a mystic. You are a mystic in training. You are someone who is here to do sacred work. You have been given a sacred gift of heightened sensitivity, which is an incredible gift to do sacred work. And wasting, and that's what it is, wasting your energy on a Hoover vacuum is not the sacred work you're meant to do. It's not the work you're meant to do. Just like me, if you're sensitive, you came here to help raise people's vibration, elevate consciousness, to shift humanity. It doesn't mean that you have to go out and do anything, but you get to be you. You will raise people's vibration, elevate consciousness, shift humanity just by being you. And that's what I want to train you to do in the School of Mystics, to learn how to use your super skills to the max. I'll put that link down there if you'd like to join us. But helping shift consciousness and elevate humanity is not about the outer work. It's about harnessing the energy inside of you. You're not just sensitive. You have power. You may feel completely exhausted, bereft, and on empty. But the narcissist of the world like that sweet tasting nectar because you have more power. more power, more mojo, more strength. That is your sacred gift than anybody else. It's just a matter of learning how to harness it for yourself and protect it from others. Here's a really whack concept. When you're energetically sensitive, to block your energy from others, to protect your energy from others, to do anything to protect yourself or to harness energy for yourself, it feels wrong. It feels sacrilege. The hardest thing for a sensitive person to do, the hardest thing for a mystic in training to do, is put the oxygen mask on yourself first. It's the hardest thing in the world to do. Everything in your wiring says, I feel somebody else's energy. I must help them first. Technical term, but you get what I'm saying. You've got to take care of yourself first. It's essential. It's a non-negotiable. You must put the oxygen mask on yourself first. And this takes loads and loads of training and practice and getting feedback on how I'm doing and getting around others who are empaths and energetically sensitive as well to tell you how you're doing. Because at first, you won't set, this to me is a drawing of boundaries. You won't set boundaries until it's too late. Then you'll set your boundaries in the middle of being hoovered. And then with a lot of practice, only finally then will you go and set the boundary before you're being hoovered. Later, you'll set the boundaries before you're even in danger. That's part of the early training I have for you, is being able to set that boundary before you're even in danger so that you can exit stage left when the person with the vacuum is just starting to become your way. And why am I sharing this when I want to talk about your gift? It's because if we're giving our gift away, we can't use it for ourselves. We can't use it for others. We can't use it for the world. Which means we have to address, not the rooster in the room, we have to address the elephant in the room. The one word that the Matrix has enslaved you with. I wonder if you heard Kitty, if you heard Lumi in the background. The Matrix has enslaved you with the word guilt. It's a word to keep you down, keep you from shining bright, and keep the finger on the button for controlling you. Guilt, for you've been shamed and blamed to think only of others, especially the energy vampires, at your own expense. You've been shamed and blamed and guilted into thinking only of others at your own expense. But nothing could be further from the truth. Guilt, when you sense guilt, I actually want you, Yolanda. Oh my God, I send so much love your way. Oh, Yolanda, I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you so much for your wisdom, for your light, for your energy, Yolanda. You know this. You get this firsthand. Guilt is to shame and blame you into thinking only of others, especially the energy vampires, at your own expense. But the truth is, you get to protect this energy with everything you've got. Everything you've got. Whoa, donations just keep flying in here. Debbie-ville, thank you so much for your kind donation, and Happy New Year to you as well. How does it get any better than this? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Debbie. Thank you. I'm big into hardwiring habits. I'm big into linking things. That way we don't have to think about them. Sort of like you go to brush your teeth and the toothpaste magically finds its way, or the baking soda, onto the toothbrush without thinking about it. I like linking habits. And I like linking an antidote to an apparent poison. The poison is guilt. Guilt, shame, and embarrassment. And I think shame is the biggest poison in the world. Shame does us in, particularly as sensitive people, more than anything else. When you find yourself feeling guilt and shame and embarrassment, what I need you to do is stop in your tracks. Stop right then, right there. Ask, is this real? Is this real? Is this fair? That's a hard one to ask. Is this real? Is this fair? Am I being hoovered? Do I need to run? Now, as a card-carrying, sensitive member of the human species, I've been in an abusive relationship, and you may have as well. Over 6.5 years. Wow. Before I got liqueur, the courage, the heart to run. And it was pretty bad at that point, but I was getting pretty good. I was getting pretty strong. I was doing the exercise. I was doing the homework here. I was learning a lot of this stuff so that I was finally ready to bolt for it. Don't let it take 6.5 years. Don't let it take 6.5 days. Don't let it take 6.5 minutes, 6.5 seconds. When you feel that going on, bolt. Get out of there. This is a practice. Don't let anybody shame or blame or guilt you into anything else. When you feel shame, blame, guilt, ask questions, exit stage left. Ask questions, exit stage left, even if it is only to step back and get in your own energy field to say, whose energy is this? Why was I feeling this way? What's mine? Ask what's mine. This is another area. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I have big energy. That can be hard on Jessica. I get to continuously ask and do a better job at watching my energy. This weekend, I went a bit over the top of my energy as we were heading to the new year. I get to learn how to dial it back in even more. One of the things, if you're sensitive, is your energy can be really powerful and create some challenging feedback loops. So you continuously get to step back, fine tune, and look at things. So now, I want to teach you, and then we're going to go into all the positives here. I want to teach you a prayer to help you if you're stuck around hoovers. Because we can't always get away from them, particularly if they're at work, particularly if they're on the school bus, particularly if we temporarily live with them, or if they're a family member that we're going to be long time living with. It's a prayer that I call G-SPI, which stands for G-S-P-I. I'm going to give it to you kind of fast, so keep things moving on here. But it's a prayer that I regularly teach people. I say it on here often, and you can rewind to whatever is this exact second. And I use the term God in this prayer, but I don't mean a bearded white guy up in the sky. Nothing could be further than the truth for me. It's about this love that is everything, this source, this universe. It can be God. It's just the love that is everything. But I use the word God. You can use Jesus, Buddha, Allah, Jehovah, Muhammad, anyone or anything, Great Watanka, whatever works for you. Here it is. You picture yourself creating a bubble of love and light, and you say, thank you, God, for surrounding me. And thank you, God, for guiding me with your love and light. That's the G, guiding me. Thank you, God, for surrounding me with your love and light. That's the S, surrounding me. Thank you, God, for protecting me. That's the P, protecting me. Thank you, God, for imbuing, filling me up, and protecting me with your love and light. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Say this before you go out the door. Say this before you get to work. Heck, you could even be saying this before you get on the freeway, because you can literally be hoovered by people in other cars without even realizing it and get to work on, because you're energetically sensitive. So go to guiding, surrounding, protecting, imbuing. Again, use whatever language works for you. It is so important that you protect your energy with everything that you've got. All right, enough said on the protection side of things. Let's go back to the main topic. You were meant to be a mystic. Woo-hoo. How does it get any better than this? You were meant to lead an elevated life. Now, first off, what's a mystic? A mystic is somebody who helps bring everyone's vibration up. It's someone who hears without ears, because you can sense beyond the known, sees without eyes, again, because of your heightened senses, and thinks with her nose without thought. In other words, a mystic is somebody who takes these empathic skills, takes these sensitivities, and then learns how to live on both sides of the veil at the same time. Because, this world is a holographic universe or a holographic world. It is maybe a simulation. It doesn't matter how we define it there. But it's an Earth school. It isn't everything there is. And in this Earth school, there are those lower level classes that we really don't want to participate in that we call the Matrix. And as an empath, we can rise up above that and live an elevated life. And I love that Rue went from sitting down or almost sleeping as I'm discussing an elevated life. He's standing now, although he's also preening at the moment. And his preening tends to lead to sleepage. So we'll see if he needs me to help him get to bed in a minute. So what on earth is an elevated life? Great question. It's where you use your energy to help you rise up, to help you to float up, to help you begin to hover, not hoover, above the madness down below. You are living an elevated existence up here. As the expression goes, you are living on this world, but you are not of this world, and you are not stuck in this world. Probably should call the School of Mystics this year, Escaping from the Matrix or Rising Above the Matrix, because that's what it's about. And those who are going to escape or rise above the Matrix first are those who learn how to play with energy, who are those who are the most sensitive, which is you. You're going to rise above the frickin' frack down below the first. There's an energy inside of you that's so powerful that can help you fly up, way up above the madness down below. First, we have to cut those energetic cords to set you free. But then we get to teach you how to play with this energy to help you break free from the Matrix. That's why I'm teaching this month's School of Mystics, or this whole year's School of Mystics, is to help train your superpowers, elevate your state. In other words, to break you free once and for all. So I guess we should address the question. Rue's making his nervous, I need sleep sound. So I'm gonna look toward Rue and see if Rue, are you doing all right, or do you need bedtime? It's right on the edge of needing bedtime. I think he does. Rue, would you like to go to bed? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give him just a minute or two. And if he doesn't sit back down, if he starts to get this nervous sound, I'm going to bring him to bed. All right. What is, and I'll speak more quietly, because as my energy goes up, he starts to get nervous. So what is the Matrix? The Matrix are the heavy energies down below. Guilt, shame, embarrassment, dread, fear, worry, depression down are these low-level vibrations designed to keep you and me from waking up, designed to keep us in a sleepwalking state, designed to keep us from remembering who and what we are and what we're capable of being. The Matrix for everyone is designed to keep you from remembering who and what you are. Now, you are one thing and one thing only. You're the divine. You're God, source, universe. You're not all of it, but you are it. You are energy, an energetic form, having a human experience. As an empath, as somebody who's energetically sensitive, you are a mystic and you are pure magic. I don't know if you've ever been told that before. You are pure magic. Jessica is 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times more sensitive than me. She is pure magic. thank God she's here for baby Hannah because she is so incredibly magical and brings that energy to herself and to baby Hannah, who's probably even more energetically sensitive. This girl has supersonic hearing that defies physics. Because if I had a spoon against a bowl on one side of the house and she's on the other side, up a flight of stairs with 3 sound machines going, I may wake her up from her nap. But that's neither here nor there. You are a mystic. You are pure magic. You are a divine being in human form, here to do great things, all by being you. All by being you. And it starts by releasing yourself from this heavy energy, releasing yourself from the matrix. For in this heavy energy, being here in the matrix, there's no way to think, there's no way to be, there's certainly no energy left to do any great things. Watch the news, watch what happens to your energy. Nobody watches the news, minus maybe a really light, fluffy, awesome story, and feels woohoo afterwards. You feel exhausted. But that's why I'm calling this the year of elevation, because we're going to help free you from this heavy energy, help set you free to discover your infinite possibilities. You're a wayfarer. You carry the light. You're at the front. You're at the very, very front of the race, and you can do anything. Okay, you might not slam dunk a basketball, but you can relatively do anything. You have the ability of infinite possibilities. Why? Because your energy, once we reclaim it, once we learn how to play with it, once we learn how to mold and sculpt it, your energy is so much more powerful than anyone else's. I don't care if they have $1 billion. I don't care if they're the richest person on the planet. I don't care about any of that stuff. It's all about the internal energy. And if you're sensitive, you have that energy in spades. Once you recover it, once you stop giving it away and start learning how to play with it, then no matter where you're at life, no matter how little opportunity you feel you have, how much you feel stuck or you feel trapped or feel dead-ended, once you stop giving your power away, you will find a surge of energy and a strength inside of you you never knew you had on a conscious level. I say never knew you had on a conscious level. Because on the other side of the veil, your higher self, you before you became you, chose this lifetime to rise to an even higher level. You are like living the life of a trampoline. You had to jump, go down or onto a diving board before you went down and bounce back up to a higher level. Before you came here, you knew this. Now you're here and you get to reclaim it. Once you reclaim your energy, once you stop giving your power away, you will find a surge and a strength inside of you didn't know you had, almost without doing a single thing. And your entire world around you will begin to change. Your entire world around you starts to change once you become the generator. And if you think about it, a generator has these magnetic waves that attract things to it. Once you become the generator, that is who and what you were meant to be. All by being you and not giving your energy away. Let me repeat this. You're a mystic in the making. Your sensitivity is your super skill. It helps you elevate your consciousness, your beingness, and by doing so, by elevating your beingness, by elevating your consciousness, by raising your frequency, and that's real. That's not woo-woo wishful thinking. We all have a frequency to it. Everything has a frequency to it. My voice has a frequency. This light has a frequency. The kitty has a frequency. Rue has a frequency. Everything has a frequency to it. By raising your frequency, you literally help raise everyone else up. Not by having to lift anyone up, but as your energy goes up, it literally carries everybody's energy around, everybody else's energy up with you. That's why your energy is so attractive to the Hoovers of the world, because it's so powerful, which means you're so powerful. You don't realize it because you've become so exhausted. But once we begin to cut the cords, cables, strings, and attachments, and even pipelines between you and the Hoovers, once we begin cutting these, or I almost want to take a jackhammer to jackhammering these pipelines, once you begin taking care of yourself first and foremost, you begin to set yourself free from the matrix to no longer be stuck in it. And as you rise up, you bring everyone around you up. But most importantly, living at this higher elevated state, you feel better. You feel less stressed. You feel more free. And that's the point. Your energy, your mana, your incredible energy is here to allow you to do, be, and live the life you desire, not for anyone else, not for guilt, not because you feel you have to, but to live the life that you desire, which therefore will change the world, because if your energy goes up, everyone's will. Most importantly, you remember who and what you are, why you're here, and even what you love to do again. This is such an important concept. So, in a lot of my past classes, I would say, do what you love, follow your heart, feel the pull on your heart. And a lot of really sensitive people would say, I don't know what I love to do anymore. Nothing interests me. Nothing makes me happy. Which means, A, I know they've unplugged, not unplugged from source, from spirit. You can't do that. But they've gone into a fear-based state where they no longer are plugged into their heart as a protective mechanism. But it also means, you got to understand something. So Jessica and I, and more Jessica than me, have what we call baby brain. We just ain't getting enough sleep. If you do not get enough sleep, what happens? All sorts of stuff happens. But the molehills start to seem like mountains. Why? Because something that would make us a little bit afraid before, now that we don't have the energy and reserves to do anything about it, feels very, very, very fearful. Why? Well, by design, when you're exhausted, your job is to go hide under a tree or hide in the bushes until you feel better, and only then come out. Yes, Amanda, we know it'll pass. Thank you. And sending so much love. But everything feels amplified. As an empath, as somebody who's energetically sensitive, if your energy is being taken away, then everything in the dark side feels amplified as well. When we're pulled into the darkness like that, when a cloak or sheet is pulled over us, when we have so little energy yet that we have to raise up all these walls, all this armor, all these heart walls to where we don't feel anything. It's not that things don't make us happy. It's that you've been hoovered to where you've forgotten who you are and what you like to do. So first, again, coming back to it, we got to stop being hoovered. No more giving away your power. And then we get to reclaim our power. We get to do what's fun again. But Michael, I don't remember anything that's fun again. That's fun. All right, let's cut some cords first. And in our School of Mystics, we do a clearing each month to help you cut those cords. And I got replays of some amazing shows to cut the cords even more. And you can just replay them, and cut and cut and cut. Let's assume you've got these cords cut now. Now you're going, all right, the cords are cut. I have no idea what makes me feel good anymore. Find something, anything, particularly something in the creative process. That can be playing with crayons or markers or dancing or singing or whistling. Whatever it is for you, find something that makes your heart start to grow and glow just a little bit brighter and a little bit brighter and a little bit brighter still. Yes, you're gonna need rest for this. This is the challenge of the baby brain. You're gonna need rest. I want to teach you this because as you reclaim your power, your light starts to grow bright. And as your light grows bright, so does everyone else's around you. As your light grows bright. Imagine you go into a room where there's one flashlight. It's pretty dim. Now, how about 10 flashlights? A little bit brighter. How about 100 flashlights? Brighter still. How about 1,000 flashlights? As you do you more, as you practice you more, as you play you more, you brighten the entire room for everyone. And that's how we change your plan, change the planet. That's why you are here, to shine your big, your beautiful, your too sensitive light on the world. And there's no such thing. To shine your light in the world, to use your energy and your sensitivity to begin raising up the world, not by doing anything out there. That's great. But by doing everything in here. All by being you. All by being you. That's why I'm calling you into the School of Mystics. That's why I want you to join me here. That's why I'm calling this your year of elevation. What is the School of Mystics? I'll tell you real briefly, and then we'll finish up. And then I want to take a bunch of questions. And I know I've got questions here on Instagram. I've got questions on YouTube. I'm going to do the best I can for everyone. School of Mystics. Very, very affordable. I've given a huge discount here so that you can join at a very affordable rate. It's a place where we come together 4 Wednesdays each and every month. I want to say kumbaya. It's a place where you will meet family, people who feel the same way, who think the same way, who understand you, who get you, who support you, who love you. We come together 4 Wednesdays each month at the same time as now. And each class, there's a teaching, there's a Q&A session, there's a meditation, but there is an attunement. You can feel it here tonight. I speak beyond the spoken word. I speak at the level of energy. You feel better afterwards. Now imagine all of us coming together and being in this state, all of us coming together and matching frequency, all of us bathing in this energy, just how good you feel afterwards. Whoo. That's what the School of Mystics is. And it frees you from the heaviness of the matrix down below just by being there. And people here who are in the School of Mystics, they can share how they feel and what they're thinking. Just by being there, you find your energy going up and up and up. It's an attunement. And that's what I love to do. I love to speak to you at the level of energy. That's why I've got Daily Woohoo, this newsletter, dailywoohoo.com. It's a newsletter where each and every day I help bring your energy up. Everything I do, everything you will do is behind the scenes energetic. That's what I'm teaching you how to do, how to set yourself free, how to rise you, how to help you rise up, and then help others rise up. Of course, in the School of Mystics, you're going to find amazing friends and family like here tonight. You're going to have a home, a safe place, a safe haven where people can relate to you. And I love this one. And this is an interesting one for people. We do energetic clearings once a month, which are huge. You want to feel a clearing? You come join the School of Mystics clearings. Wow. Because we're all coming together clearing at once. To cut the cords, to cut the pipelines, to cut the swivel straws from the vampires, from your wounds, from your traumas, from your blocks. And every single evening in the School of Mystics, like the meditations we do here, but more extended and deeper, we do powerful group meditations to help raise your energy up. If I can get you to do this for a month, for a year, for however long, and I can get you playing with energy, and I give you so many tools in the school, so many techniques. If I can get you playing with energy, you shift your energy, you shift the energy of everyone around you. They shift the energy of everyone around them. Oh my God, Brenda. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. How does it get any better than this? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Brenda. Thank you beyond thank you. And 111, we are all one. And this is a unity consciousness number. And this is the number of such a high elevated vibration. Oh, thank you, Brenda. Thank you beyond thank you beyond thank you. Brenda just gave the message. It is all about coming together as one at a higher frequency. As an empath, as a sensitive person, you have one job. That's not to save the world. You have one job. That's not to save anybody else. You have one job. That's not to save. It's just to be you. Cut those cords. Do what you love. Find what makes you happy. Find what makes you shine. Run from the guilt, shame, and embarrassment. Yes, we can clear all we want, but no longer put yourself in that energy. And then we can learn how to transmute it. Why do I do this? Because it's about Tai Chiing the energy. It's about taking that energy around. It's about saying, wow, somebody threw this energy at me, but I can go, and I can use the energy to, in a sense, almost feel even better. So I know I'll put the link down there. I encourage you to come join us. But remember, because that word but can be a downer, and remember, your sensitivity is your super skill. Take one thing away from here tonight. Your sensitivity is your super skill. Don't let anyone take that away from you, and don't let anyone take any energy away from you. So when you feel shame or guilt, full stop in your tracks, you're being hoovered. When you feel that guilt, stop and ask, is this mine? Should I really be feeling guilty? Here's a big question. Why can't I say no? Man, I've had a hard time with that one in the past. I was watching Yes Man again with Jim Carrey this week. And Jim has talked about before, all of his movies are a representation of where he is in life. So he was really struggling with this one too, of learning the power of saying no so we can say yes to and for ourselves, and then set those boundaries and turn and run with everything we've got. So let's get you back in your power once and for all. You were meant for greatness. You are a mystic in the making. You are incredible. You are the divine. You are the answer you've been looking for, all on the inside here. And how does it get any better than this? You have pure magic inside of you. All right. With that said, let's open it up to questions here. And Aya and Ann, I have to thank you guys so much, because you're running two different things at once. And I have no idea how you're doing it. Just having these two cameras going at once has been interesting for me. And Jessica was brilliant at helping me get this set up here. I love Mr. Floyd saying, no is a complete sentence. It's a complete book, isn't it, Mr. Floyd? All right, Dana Hill. You say, oh, perfect question. Love it. Dana says, you say our loved ones on the other side of the veil are always there for us in loving and supportive ways and right by our sides. But what about reincarnation? I've always wondered, when I watch an NDE documentary, when people say they are on the other side of the veil temporary, like you said, that they're connected to their love in the most unimaginable ways. But what about reincarnation? Are they not whisked away their time on this plane of existence and onto another manifestation of God or Spirit's plan for them? Thanks. All right. This one is actually more simple than it sounds, Dana. Yo, which means yes and no. What am I saying? All right, Dana, there is you. There's you here, right now. There is Dana. But that's not all of Dana. Dana is infinite. Dana is the divine. A holographic representation of Dana is here and now. The Dana in a video game is here and now. But the controller of the video game, the higher self Dana, the infinite Dana, is still on the other side of the veil. And I use the other side of the veil as if it's here, but it's really in here, it's out there, it's everywhere. You just appear to be one tiny little bit of it. So you have never left the other side of the veil. And becoming a mystic is learning how to play with the fact that you're on both sides at the same time, learning how to get more onto the other side so that we can see what's going on in this world and take better actions or make better moves in the game of life, the video game of life. So you have never left the other side of the veil, A. B, there is no time and space as we know it. E equals mc squared, as Einstein said, doesn't really hold up to scrutiny when we go quanta, when we go big. What does that mean? And quanta, isn't that small? No, it's big. It is really big. What it means is, and the equation itself says it, time is not real. Space is not real. On the other side of the veil, there is no time and space, which means you are everywhere at the same time. You are everywhere all at once, which means you could have a lifetime down here. You can have a lifetime here. You could have 100 or 1,000 lifetimes going on at the same time, but you are still always on the other side of the veil and you are still everywhere all at the same time. This is my guess why somehow I've appeared in many people's dreams, hopefully doing or saying good things or helping guide people. I have no idea how it's going on. On the other side of the veil, apparently I do. You may have done the same thing. You may have shared the same dream as somebody else as well. We are always energetically everywhere at the same time. So our loved ones can be by our side and be having another lifetime, and be having another lifetime, and be having another lifetime, and still never leave our sides. That's the cool thing. Reincarnation is for them to learn, but the whole self doesn't go into that body. There's no way it could fit. It's a hologram. The whole self is predominantly on the other side with this tiny little fractional amount back here in the Earth School. Brilliant question, Dana, and I hope it helped. Aaron Wexler. Oh, Aaron, my brother, sending so much love your way. And I can see you going like this right now. What are some ways to practice compassion while maintaining boundaries? Send love, exit stage left. So, Aaron, forgive me. Let's say that you're an energy vampire. And I'm going, ooh, gee, it's Aaron who's going for me now. And he's got out the, what am I going to do? Man, I'm going to send you love. I'm going to send you so much love. I'm going to send you so much love on my own dime, under my own control. And then I'm going to say, next question. I'm going to move on. So I could still be there. I can still practice compassion. If you called me up and you were an energy vampire and you said, can you speak? Well, if the time is right, I'll take the call. If the time is not right, I will wait till I know energetically I'll be in a good place if I feel that time will arise. And I will give you a very metered, boundary-driven bit of my time, only as much as I have determined in advance. And I'll send you all the love in the world during that time because love is the ultimate renewable resource. You can't run out of love. I may G-spy up, and then I will say, boink. Sorry, time is up. I love you, but I've got to go. That's how you do it, Aaron. You set those boundaries in advance. You're okay giving that love out, but you're okay also stepping, and getting the heck out of Dodge. As I mentioned many, many times, and I will mention again, the buck stops here when it comes to abuse. If it's an abusive relationship, if it's an abusive, quote, friendship, and an abusive friendship is not a friendship, you can give compassion by never, ever speaking to that person again. You don't owe anyone anything except taking care of yourself. This is the hardest thing for an empath to do. I have so many empaths who've come to me with a divorce, with a lawsuit, with a challenge, with a fight, with a this, with a that, because they ended up doing a dance with a vampire. And I say, I want you to go overboard. I want you to push it to the absolute limit. I want you to be as unfair as you possibly can be. Why would I be unfair? Because for somebody energetically sensitive, or for an empath. It's just not possible. Your version of unfair will meet somebody in most 50-50. You can't actually get to that point of unfair. So I want to push you and challenging you to be as strong as you possibly can to take care of yourself. Casey, I love you, Aaron. And thank you for allowing me to use you as the example there that you are not. Casey, does being an empath accelerate manifestation since we feel things so deeply? Once we learn how to play with it, absolutely, Casey. Absolutely, and a brilliant question. Once we learn how to play with our energy and once we stop giving our energy away, we become the ultimate manifestors. It still doesn't mean we manifest everything because there's a soul path, there's a soul journey, there's a soul contract. But it does mean we manifest a lot more and we may manifest things a lot more quickly. I say may because I was having a big discussion with the universe earlier today about something that didn't manifest for us that we were kind of shocked by. And I have to remember, it's all purpose, it's all path, it's all source, it's all God, it's all universe, it's all by design. All of it is exactly as it should be. So if you're working, and I wouldn't work hard, but if you're working to manifest something and it doesn't come about, understand there may be a much bigger reason at play. And on your better days, say thank you. Lori, does Michael ever protect himself with the armor of God? And I'm not sure if you're referring to me or referring to Archangel Michael, but I love playing with that G-Spy. I love playing with that bubble of love and light. And I'm looking, I don't have a magnet in front of me. Usually I demonstrate with my phone. What I do after each and every event like this is I take a magnet or my phone, I put a hand over my heart, and I do a clearing exercise. I'll do it with you right here, right now. I would say, and this is particularly good for empaths and sensitive folk. I would say Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Uriel, higher self, higher team, and all angels, guide, and light workers here for my highest good and the highest good of all. Please help remove any cables, cords, strings, and attachments, cables, cords, strings, and attachments between me and anyone here tonight, between me and any Hoovers here tonight, between me and anyone watching this video, past, future, or present, between Jessica and anyone watching this video, past, future, and present, between Rue and anyone watching this video, past, future, or present, between the kitties and anyone watching this past, future, or present, between baby Hannah and anyone watching this video, past, future, or present. Please help remove these cables, cords, strings, and attachments now and forever. Thank you. And I'd run that magnet, and my fingers are magnetized. This energy is coming out over my head about a dozen times. And let that energy out. And I recommend, Lori, do that even after this, because here's the thing, and I'm fully admitting that I really challenged Jessica with this in our earlier years. And at my worst moments, there's still a challenge because all of us can accidentally draw energy from others. It's the purposefully drawing energy that we've got to watch for. But the unconscious energy, we all do that at some point. And so if there's a huge group getting together, some people are going to be swizzle sticking you without even meaning to. So you might as well do that clearing and do it often. Amanda, how do we know when to walk away from trying to help somebody raise their energy? How does it make you feel? Does it feel energizing to you, and or does it warm your heart? If it does, keep going. If a friend is really struggling and it warms my heart to see what I can do to help them, I'm going to do everything I can with everything I've got. If it drains me and leaves me exhausted and leaves me bereft and leaves me with a hole in my heart, there's only so much I can do. And between you and me, Amanda, I am never going to try to help somebody who doesn't want the help. If they're a black hole and taking all of my energy and they're not going to step forward on their own, I'm out of there. I am out of there. If you're not going to step forward on your own and you're there by my side asking for help, what you're really saying is, give me your life force. I'm not going to use any of my own. And we've got to exit at those times, Amanda. Keto, brilliant questions. Keto Train USA. Oh, on Instagram. Hi, Keto Train. This is our first Instagram question. And that's Inspire Nation Live if you're on Instagram. Does being energetically sensitive make your physical body extra sensitive? It can. Your body is a tuning fork. It is a dowsing rod. It is sensitive to all energies, but you may or may not notice it. Today, there was a weather system that came through. Wow. In a sense, did I feel whacked by it? And baby Hannah had a hard time eating for a while by it. I'm going, my teeth, I can feel it in my teeth. So in that sense, yes. Conversely, that extra sensitivity means if you pay particular attention to it, you can grow stronger, healthier, faster, fitter than someone who is not fully embodied, and that's what we're talking about, in our bodies. So for instance, I'm teaching you how to become a mystic, how to vibrate at a higher level. A mystic to me is somebody on both sides of the veil. I'm not saying let's become enlightened and check out. Nothing could be further from the truth. Let's live here. Let's enjoy here while we are here. Literally, I know this place seems hard, but let's enjoy here while we are here, which means, yes, I get you up here, but I also get you in here, anchored more so that you can play a physical game. Now, I went to the gym earlier today, and A, I had reasons to come back sooner, but B, I went into the gymnasium of the gym, and because of baby Hannah and stuff, I was masked up in there, and I go into the gymnasium part of the gym, and it is 2 days into New Year's resolutions. The gym is packed, and my body went, forgive me, that's what it did. And I checked in, and I said, is this real? And my body said, please come back here when it is quieter. The body is always speaking to you, Keto Train USA. And as somebody energetically sensitive, it does speak to you louder. And we get to listen, and then it speaks louder and louder still. Brilliant, brilliant question. Cynthia, what do you do when your mother and your brother are energy vampires? Well, we meter our time with them unless we're living in the same house. We choose when we want to be with them. We choose when we want to speak with them. We choose how we wish to interact, and we do it on our terms. It takes training. First, Cynthia, training yourself, and then training your family members. But first, you have to come up with your own rule set. I love my family dearly. My mom's a little bit, sometimes. I know that if she crosses certain lines, I will love her up and I'll say, I'll speak to you another time. And I do it out of love. So I've trained her as to where my boundaries are and how not to go past them. And if she does, and she does on very rare occasion, I love her very much, I stop and I say, I will speak with you another time. That's the kind and compassionate way to do it, Cynthia. Angelisa, how do you support yourself in this crazy economy while doing sacred work? Seems mutually exclusive. Far from it. First off, there's people like myself, people like maybe yourself, spiritual entrepreneurs, where even in this crazy economy, you do what you can to help others and you get rewarded for it. But even if you are, the word ditch digger comes to mind, and that's so awful because I think people who dig in the trenches are the freaking hardest workers on the planet. But no matter what your job is, you can raise your frequency and energy while doing it. And that helps raise everybody else's frequency or energy as well. The only limit or caveat to this is you must be pono. You must be true. Pono means true, pure, or righteous in Hawaiian. You must not do something that hurts others. You must not do something that is not true, that is not honest, because that vibration will certainly come back to bite you, and it doesn't help anyone in the process. Other than that, no matter what you're doing, whether it's cleaning toilets, whether it's being a steward of the most amazing existence, it doesn't matter what. You can do it from an energetic place, just as long as you're not harming others, harming the world, harming the environment, harming the energetic field by being, how's the best way to put it? By not being true. There's so much you can do. So much you can do. So remember, you're playing an energetic game, so anything can be sacred work. Heen22 on Instagram, our second Instagrammer. Michael, how do I lose this incredible anger I feel toward those bullies from your past? Heen, they made me who I am. Woohoo! How does it get any better than this? I got to tell you, there was a kid, love him very dearly. Actually, there were two kids. One, his dad keeps in touch with me, but there was this other kid who was a real bully to me, and I think it was elementary school. I can remember, though, might have been senior year high school, and I needed to get to work one day, and I don't remember what was going on or what was the situation. And I was exuding a much better energy at this point, although I went back to visit my high school mentor, teacher, halfway through my first year at college, and I got beat up. But for the most part, I was better. And there was this one former bully who offered me a ride in, I think it was his new to him Camaro, to take me to work when it was at the end of high school. People change. People are awesome. And every single one of those people, and I can think back not so fondly to some situations, what a growth opportunity to send them love. Heen, that's what this is about. At the end of the day, Heen, it's crazy. There are no bullies. There is only one us. So when you send somebody out anger, when you send somebody out malice, hatred, spite, or anything, you're poisoning and hurting yourself. When we send out love, that energy is amplified and radiated back toward us tenfold, 100-fold, 1,000 times. Because we are one. Yes, we are individual elements. We are individual roses on the bush of life, certainly. Or I like to think of, I think it was the 1980s or 90s, it's kind of like this filament flower pot thing where all these little light filaments come out and they all have little lights on the end of them. We are each individual lights coming out of that one bulb, but we're all the same bulb. So this one bulb judging this other bulb does no good for anybody, no matter what the experience. And understand, it's all good, it's all God, it's all purpose, it's all path. It is all here to serve us if we choose to see it that way. So those crazy, whack, scary bullies that thankfully let me live. How does it get any better than this? They're what made me who I am. And so I get to thank them for it with everything that I've got and truly mean it. It can be hard, but truly mean it with everything I've got. Susan Slight, do real narcissists ever find self-love in this lifetime? I used to attract Hoover narcissists thinking I could help them. Oh, God. I'm so sorry, Susan. Boundaries set early now. Do real narcissists ever find self-love? Yeah. It takes a big life event. Think of a narcissist as an alcoholic. An alcoholic gives up alcohol when? A, maybe if they've lost their marriage or their love of their life, or B, they've wrapped themselves around a tree and barely survived. It tends to take a massive massive pattern interrupt for them to change. And you don't want to be, Susan, that massive pattern interrupt. All right, we'll take a few more questions here. How are you doing, Rue? You just got back up, which might mean it's time to wrap things up. We'll take a few more questions. I'm going to shoot for 2, and then we are going to wrap things up for the evening. And do come join the School of Mystics and come be the mystic you were meant to be. How does it get any better than this? But all right. Purple Pink. Oh, I love this name. Pikmin. Purple Pikmin. So what do we do after breaking free of the matrix? We live, we love, we create, we dance, we play with energy, we be, we feel the pull that's on our heart. We raise our vibration up. We raise other people's vibration up. The work isn't done once we're no longer chained. The work to what we're capable of doing and being is just getting started. But those opportunities avail themselves. Those opportunities appear to us once we, I want to say, pull back the curtain on the Wizard from Oz. Once we do that, we can see what's there. And on that note, I'm going to take Rue to bed now, but I'm going to have him say goodnight to you. So hold on one second. Rue, do you mind if I bring you to bed? Mind if we go bedtime, little boy? Oh, good boy. Do you want to say goodnight to everybody? Do you want to say goodnight? There we are. I know. Oh, that's his really tired sound. All right, let's go bedtime. Let's go bedtime. Give me 1 sec. He sleeps in the room right behind here. Oh, it's okay, good boy. It's okay, good boy. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. You're such a boy. Such a boy. Such a good boy, Rue. Good Rue, baby. All right. I think we're in the last 2 questions of the evening. Okay, so what do we do after breaking free of the matrix? I think we've got that one. Gloria, do we create our own lower energies? Can we call in Archangel Michael to help raise our energies to higher levels? So, do we create? It's more of, Gloria, what we attach ourselves to. I had a hard time on the day before New Year's. And what happened was I had a moment of exhaustion, and I connected myself to lower level energies before I was able to snap out of it. It happens to all of us. It's a matter how quickly you catch that and snap back, and how little you stay in that darker downward dance. The downward dog you don't want to do. So we're not creating those energies. What we're doing is syncing up with them. Can we call in Archangel Michael to help raise our energy? Oh, heck yeah. Oh, heavens, yeah. Oh, absolutely, yeah. Yes, 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 yes. And to answer your second part, what is the purpose of me being in the current living situation? To learn and then to get the hell out. That's what it is. I think I mentioned it last week. I used to have a really, really interesting sense of humor. And I still have one line from that time period that I really like. And Gloria, for you, please forgive me. It goes like this. And I will take one last question from Amanda, even though it's her second, but I love you, Amanda. I will take that. And thank you, thank you, thank you. The beatings will continue until morale improves. The beatings will continue until morale improves. This means we will stay in our current living situation until we learn what it is we needed to learn, and then get the hell out of it, either by changing on the outside or the inside. In my situation where I was in an abusive relationship, I had to change on the inside, which actually freaked out my life partner enough that she was able to get really, 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 really scary, which gave me the energy to help change on the outside. Not necessarily the best way to go about it. Would have been better if I could have exited states left sooner. I didn't have the advice that I'm sharing with you now I didn't have the information. But when you change on the inside, it will inherently, by definition, change everything on the outside. So we work on that inside first and foremost, and that may give us the power, the strength, the courage, the vision to be able to change the living situation if it doesn't naturally change on its own. All right, last question. And thank you so much, Aya, and thank you so much, Anne. And I see Pookie in the distance, and I know I've got a lot of baby work to do after this. Thank you, Pookie. All right, how do we differentiate between your feelings or others' feelings as an empath? Step back. Go quiet, Amanda, and step back. Step back with everything you've got. Get yourself into your own space and breathe. That's what you get to do. That's what you need to do. Step back and breathe with everything you've got. Then you can ask, Amanda, whose is this? And over time, not necessarily immediately, over time, the answer starts to become clear. All right, we're going to do a very, very short meditation here because I get the sense that there is a lot of work that I get to do to help baby Hannah and to help Pookie, who is admittedly, I need to get her more rest. I need to find a way to get her more rest. All right, so let's do this. And thank you so much for joining us tonight. And thank you so much for everybody for your kind donation. And if you see anybody who has wings here, they're a member of, we were calling it our Mystic Circle Backstage Pass. Now we just call it the Backstage Pass. Lots of backstage goodness, lots of meditations and videos and snippets from interviews and classes and all sorts of good stuff. And there's the membership button down below for that as well. All right. So, let's sit up good and tall and relaxed. Take a nice deep breath in and out. In through the nose, down to the belly, back out through the nose again. In and out. In and out. So we continue to breathe in and out. I want you to imagine that you're in a power circle now, that you're holding hands with everybody here, past, future, and present, who is here to support you, to give you energy, to help raise you up, and to help you be more of who and what you are capable of being. We breathe in together as one. We breathe out together as one. In as one. Out as one. In and out. And as we continue to breathe in and out together, I want you to realize that this is a circle of power. This is a circle of strength. And in this circle, there's a magical ability to see and feel things more clearly. It's an amplification of the energy of everybody brought together for goodness as one. And I want you to ask yourself, is there any energy that's leaving me to others that doesn't need to be? Is there any energy that's draining from me to others that I can plug right here and now? Is there any energy from activities I'm doing, from people I'm hanging around with, for things that I find that I quote unquote must do that maybe I don't need to do, that are becoming so clear that if I cut those cords or change those habits, I would recall more and more of my energy home? Is there one thing I know I must do more than anything else to reclaim my power? as we're harnessing and calling on the power of the group, as we're calling on the strength of everyone here together as one, are there any boundaries that I must set, no matter the repercussions, no matter the potential harm, that will help me remember who and what I am? Help me rise above the matrix and help me be my true self once again. Now repeat after me. I call on the power of the group to help make it so. I call on my angels, guides, and higher dimensional beings and loved ones on the other side to help make it so. I call on all the energy and the known universes and beyond to help make it so. Thank you for help bringing me back into my body. Thank you for helping bring my energy back to me. Thank you for helping me to remember who and what I am, why I am here, and what brings me the greatest joy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. For my highest good, for your highest good, and the highest good of all, or something even better. So I want to wish you the most beautiful evening ahead and new week ahead and start to the new year ahead. How does it get any better than this? Remember, if you want a daily attunement, go to dailywoohoo.com, WOOHOO, dailywoohoo.com. And I've got a newsletter each and every day that is an energetic attunement for you. Remember, we got a clanking up above. I got to go check on that. Remember to come join us at our School of Mystics. I'll put the link right there, and Anne will as well. I have got to get going now, so I love you guys so much. Thank you for joining us on Instagram. Thank you, Aya. Thank you, Anne. Thank you, everyone. Love you guys so much. How does it get any better than this? You're rock. You are a mystic. You are an empath. You are energy. You are God, source, universe, divine, and you are great. Woohoo! And love. Love you guys.